Well, hello all. It's Chris here at Folly Models with a little Revell JU87 STUKA update. I wasn't going to make another video, well, they're short ones anyway, but I wasn't going to make a video so soon after that Victor one, but I thought it was quite interesting what I'm doing because, yeah, millions of people have done it before, but it's interesting for me. But because this old Revell tooling is so basic, you really can sort of learn some scratch building and start playing around, seeing, you know, if you can actually improve it a little. So what I've done right there, I've added on some, well, I'm kind of assuming I'm not a blooming Stuka mechanic, it's far too late in the game for that, and I don't even know if I'd particularly have wanted to be a Stuka mechanic, but anyway, I think what that could be on the top is like an air filter I've added on. I've seen it on some other, you know, more detailed models and on actual photographs of the JU87 from World War II. They seem to have these kind of strange little canisters on with a little, almost like exhaust pipe or some sort of filter pipe on it. They seem to have quite a few on actually. Also put some wires in on the top there to make it look a bit more interesting, and it's funny how these, just adding these little things on like that really do make a difference. Also put some little kind of metal canister on the side there, just for, you know, extra eye candy, eye incident, just above the exhaust rack or stack, which incidentally that came off I think it was that Sea Hurricane kit. They were spares, but because I'd probably cut it out here too low, I realised I had to beef up the side a little by putting, and also the detail on the original engine, if you want to call it that, the original Revell engine was just non-existent. It was, I've seen, you know, even smaller kits with more detail than this on it, but it's still a fun build. And also what I've noticed with the scratch building that I did inside the cruise compartment, you can't actually see it there, can you? But, yeah, in the cruise compartment there, that's come off quite well with the harnessing. I've used metal harnessing and other parts, but I seem to cram so much detail into the actual this crew compartment before it was, even though I dry fitted it and then squeezed it in, but what's happened is when the fuselage dried, the pilot's seat is actually, I think it's like moved over to the left slightly. Looks like the whole compartment's like squashed and moved over to the left. But it's not a problem, and it's certainly nothing that I'm really that bothered about, really. You know, you can just see it. But once the canopy's on, which I'm going to cut into 3 parts, I think it'll be more interesting now. I've dolled up the inside a little. Sort of dolled it up in there. I might as well try and see the efforts of my labours. Although the the actual control panel, that needs a little extra little bit of painting in there, in the control panel. I could put a bit more detail on that. But yeah, it's a mean looking little plane. It's a mean looking aircraft. This is the old Stukas, or the old dive bombers. Look like a vulture dropping from the sky. You know, pretty effective. Apparently they were very effective, but also slow and cumbersome. I mean, later on they would just pray for the fight, the Allies' fighter aircraft, as most of us know. But it's still a highly effective instrument in that theatre, in that war. And it's rugged as well. Apparently it's very rugged. Well, it looks rugged, you know, I mean, but it was a very sort of reliable aircraft apparently. I think they had like teams of 6 or 7, maybe even more, you know, constantly working on them on the ground. But yeah, it's fun doing this. You know, you just keep evolving it so you'll see what works. Look, that's another little kind of canister or filter that I've fixed onto the side of the engine on the on this side here. That I've had to extend these kind of engine rockers or these engine supports, or either the main engine is actually bolted onto that. I've extended those a little bit with metal because when I cut this lot out, the engine itself seemed to seat forward, and in reality that would have actually connected to this airframe here. I've also added in some extra pieces inside there which are now extending outwards. I think that's slightly more realistic. And I've got to paint these up. Like I say, I've put some wires on there. Yeah, great fun. So I've got to get on with this, do some more of this today, and perhaps the next video on the 1/72nd scale JU87 will actually be the final reveal with the build photos. I'll do another slide video, but, and then the video after that I think it's going to be non-militaristic. I'm going to make something a bit peaceful. Well, actually I've got something a bit peaceful. It's a railway model, so probably loads of people won't be interested in that then. It's not warlike, but I think I'm going to do something like that, because I've got an old model I bought. It's in the cupboard for my railway set, which will probably never ever get built at this rate anyway. By the time I get this thing, by the time I get that railway built, I'll be, you know, long gone. The rate it's going. But yeah, it's some sort of outdoor tower or folly castle type thing with a little kind of snack hut at the bottom, which is for TT scale gauge railways. But anyway, that's not really anything to do with Stuka, but that's going to be probably the next video. So yeah, this is great fun making this. You're learning as we go. Oh yeah, there's one other little piece of information on what I've done underneath, if you can see. I've fixed on a bomb rack, because this kit didn't come with any bomb rack. There was no detail under there whatsoever, as I've already waffled on in other videos or explained in other quick vids I've made. But as this was the tank buster version with these, for these cannons, which obviously go, you know, which are going under the wing there on each side. If it was a tank buster version, I'm not sure whether it had the facility for the single bomb in the middle, you know, to use for the dive bombing, usually against tanks and ground, you know, obviously ground targets. But I'm going to put one in. I've put one in there anyway, just as an added piece of detail. But I built that up from other, you know, disused pieces of sprue and parts from an older kit. I think it works quite well. I mean, the bomb would seat in there and then it would swing out and try and hit its target. So yeah, that's enough from me for this video, and I'll see you all on the next video. Happy modelling, and take care all. Bye for now.